where I present myself in a manner where I talk about a topic and I run with it. All of my speeches following my icebreaker have revolved around the concept of inequality. This is yet another vein in the inequality milieu, for lack of a better word, a highfalutin word that I'm looking for to describe it. But I like talking about inequality, and I like talking about things that people don't talk about. The reason why I like to talk about it is I like people to think. When people start to think, then they start to make changes. And then when they start to make changes, then I feel like I've had an impact. And that's why I do this for a lot of this. My speech tonight, well, let's just start with the show of hands. How many people in this room in college did an internship program? Raise your hand. Very good. Keep your hands in the air if your internship program was unpaid. Unpaid internship. Unpaid internship. That's vile. Who signed up for that? Unpaid. So you go to the office, you sit there, you do work, they don't pay you, and you pay the school maybe for your time while you're there, and you're doing work and they don't pay you. But you're learning something. Internships. Internships. Internships seems to be the way that people get a chance to work for a magazine or an online publication or work on case for a lobbyist group. Anything in DC, anything with journalism, anything with writing, anything with the media, newspapers, reporters, anything they do seems to stem around the concept of if you want to start in that, you need to have an internship to know what you're doing to get your name out there, or else you're just one in the crowd. Now with IT, not so much, but with these other careers, very much so. And if it's an unpaid internship and you're doing this for months and months or a year, how are you going to pay for that apartment in Manhattan? You better hope your parents are millionaires. I'm serious. How are you going to work 60 hours at your internship unpaid on K Street in DC where you're doing work? I kept a prop. Intern Nation. Book you might want to pick up. Written by Ross Perlin. How many interns does it take to change a light bulb? Doesn't matter. They're free. Would it surprise you right now that 327 million Americans in the United States, 2 million of them are in internships, half of those unpaid? It's a racket, and it's ridiculous, and it's absurd, and I never would have done it. I can't believe kids have to do it. And it's criminal. First internship, the first unpaid internship was in 1943. It was in the railroad industry. The railroad industry was very, very, very powerful before the time of expressways. That's where the money was. Rail switching guard was an internship, unpaid internship for 8 days. They went to the Supreme Court and said, we don't want to pay for this. We don't want to pay this. We should pay. We train this person. They're going to learn. We don't want to pay for that. So the Supreme Court said, you know what? That's fine. We're going to create a policy on unpaid internships where the person sits there and learns. They have 6 strict guidelines that every single firm must adhere to, and basically none do. I'm going to list them not in order. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I'm going to say 4 for last, because 4 is the one that turns our HR directors into criminals. 1, the internship, even though it includes actual operation of the facilities of the employer, is similar to a training which would be given in an actual educational environment. 2, the internship experience is for the benefit of the intern. 3, the intern does not displace regular employees but works under close supervision of existing staff. 5, the intern is not necessarily entitled to a job at the conclusion of the internship. 6, the employer and the intern understand that the intern is not entitled to wages for the time spent at the internship. So far we're good, until we come to number 4. The employer that provides the training derives no immediate advantage from the activities of the intern, and on occasion, its operations may actually be impeded. If you do even 1 ounce of work in an office in an unpaid internship, you're breaking the law. You're breaking the law, and you need to go see a labor law attorney. And they need to have that thing shut down right now. They're stealing from you. They're thieves. But everybody does it. Everybody does it in journalism, in the media. It's an arms race. Everybody's got to do their internships. They got to keep up, because everybody else did that. I want to do it, because that's how I make my name out there. And please, don't say anything. I don't want to lose my internship. I'll lose college credit. I'll lose this. Kids are vulnerable at 20. That's why we have laws like this, because they're not going to act in their own best interest. You need to know about them. And a lot of these internships need to be shut down immediately. They're criminal. They're stealing. Now, if they're paying you minimum wage, which they don't want to do, that's different. But a lot of them don't. And you don't feel like you have a choice. You stumble into it. 2 million interns, 1 million unpaid. That's a problem, and that's our culture. Is it no surprise why in media and journalism in DC and K Street, all the people that basically set our policies and talk about things, and anything you're reading in the media, all concerns people who have money. People who have money problems. Not the ordinary average Americans. I'm not talking about ordinary things. I don't care about Caitlyn Jenner going through transgender surgery. I want to know what's going to happen to that factory down the road, when the jobs over there go to China. They don't care about that at K Street. They're not going to talk about that. That's not their world. Their parents never worked there. Their grandparents never worked there. They just wanted them to get a job in DC, make $2.5 million when they're 50, after they get their internships in, their name out there. I want to stop on that on my highfalutin speech on internships and manifestly how it starts the inequality. Thank you very much.